For a few years, I'd been doing pretty well at reading. Just reading books, no specific goal in mind other than addressing my increasingly threatening unread pile. Then, after a couple of losses and transitions, I fell off the wagon. I'll spare you the details, but for about a year and a half, it was hard for me to concentrate on words on the page. I had the usual problem I think a lot of people have, like feeling like the words just weren't going into my brain, having to backtrack to reread entire pages. I tried shifting to things I thought I'd like, entries in series that I'd started but hadn't finished, stuff by authors I'm super into, but I ended up just slogging through one book every 3 or 4 months, including a novel I was really amped to read. I tried making time for reading every day, making my reading spaces more calming, using reading guides, but those things weren't really working for me, at least for where I was. But then two things happened. The first one is that my niece got married last fall. The wedding was profoundly literature inspired. Poetry was read during the ceremony, there were pages from books as visual motifs, and they even had a published fiction author as their officiant. It made me go, oh yeah, that's right, I want a life that's steeped in this sort of thing, or at least a life where creativity and storytelling are ubiquitous. The second thing is that I applied what I'd been reading. I started reading Atomic Habits in late 2024, and I didn't finish it until early 2025. And James Clear talks about just doing the thing, even if you aren't shooting for perfection or doing high quality work. Just show up and tweak it later. But I found that there's an additional component that worked for me. Asking myself what the takeaways are from the book, even for fiction, however abstract it might be. That made it far more interesting. So, for example, What the Robin Knows is a book about the dynamics of how birds communicate. It made me go, how can I have a more holistic and sympathetic understanding of the world outside of myself? Then there's How to Raise a Wild Child, and it's about getting your kids outside. And it made me go, how can I step out of my own anxieties as a parent and as a partner to take responsibility as a small part of a greater constellation in the lives of others? I also read the Percy Jackson series after it was recommended to me by my son. It's an interesting middle grade story about Greek gods forcing their children to fight on their behalf for pride and glory. And it made me go, what can I learn from this about making change in a world of distant, self-righteous oligarchs who claim that upholding their dogmatic system is in our best interests? Depending on how flexible and receptive I am, this could be done with anything from Goodnight Moon to Marx's Capital. It's just reading and asking, how can I apply this, for better or worse, to my day-to-day life? How can it challenge my values? How does it inspire me to stick to my commitments and routines? Yes, by doing this, I sometimes end up reading far too into things, but this differs from having a reactive, parasocial connection to a text or its creators. It's not just saying, there's only one way of interpreting this book, and if you say something counter to canon, or even just against my personal tastes, then I'm gonna make a lengthy Reddit post about it. It's responsibly looking at it, stepping back, and going, sure, this book made me feel a certain way, but I'm gonna choose how I'm going to let it affect me in the long run. So I ask myself, how can the best book, the worst book, the longest book, a book for children, or a book for professionals help me become better? A better dad, a better writer, a better partner, a more fit and mobile and attentive person. My takeaway is, try. Show up if possible, if it doesn't hurt too much, and only if it's worthy of commitment. Try finding ways to apply things from those experiences in satisfying ways. If it causes that sense of anxiety and dread, then stop, pause, step back, and do the work first to get the tools necessary to handle it and try again. Whether you like it or not, everyone is trying to be what they believe to be a good person every day. We are all trying to have a life with a little bit more beauty in it. Even you.